So hello, good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. So today's topic is we discuss on this round robin scheduling process, which is a preemptive type scheduling. So just have some idea about round robin. What is this round robin technique? How it works? Okay. Just be prepared about that. Simple basics you can be prepared. What actually this round robin is and what does it does. So in this preemptive type scheduling, okay, we have three things actually, but in these three only two are required for us with respect to syllabus is concerned. Only these two are required. First one is round robin scheduling, and next is least completed next. Only these two are required. So just have an idea what is meant by preemption and what is round robin. What is this round robin? What exactly this mean? Just go through that. Meanwhile, you can browse your internet or okay, you can find out what exactly these two are, and let us have the discussion after a couple of minutes. Okay, exactly at 3:15 we'll begin. Yeah, please go through this what is meant by round robin. Okay, and what is the advantages of this preemption. So what do you mean by this preemptive scheduling? So we have seen till now non-preemptive scheduling. So what are the two non-preemptive scheduling algorithms? Can you name them? What are the two non-preemptive scheduling algorithms? Any one of you? Can you name the non-preemptive scheduling algorithms?
FCFS, SRN, and
it's
SRN.
first come first serve.
Okay, first come first serve. Like you elaborate that FCFS means what? First come first serve. Okay, and next is SRN. What is SRN?
Short request next.
Yeah, like shortest request next. So these two we have seen. What is the fundamental concept of FCFS? Any one of you? Just the basic fundamental, one point. Because if you know that one point, you can able to do it easily. One point about
All the
FCFS.
programs are executed one after the other, sir.
Programs are executed one after the other. Every programs are executed one after the other. What I'm trying to ask you and what I'm trying to make you understand here is, so when you are trying to draw the Gantt chart, right? Okay, so this fundamental concepts you need to know. How to draw it, you need to know. These key points, if you know, then anywhere you can able to do it easily. Okay, that's what I'm trying to ask you. So how can you view the priority is what is my question. Simple.
Whichever has less admission times.
No, no. Think properly. FCFS, first come first serve. The name, what the name says. Let us say P1, P2, P3. There are three processes. P1 ended at 0 time, P2 ended at 2 seconds, P3 ended at 3 seconds. How do they get the access? Based on the admission time, they are going to get the access, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's the basic fundamental you should know. Okay. With respect to service time, it can have less or it can have more service time. We are not bothering, but based on the admission time, we are going to give the first priority. Okay. And next is shortest request next. The name itself here, shortest request next. Okay. In that, what is the meaning of that? Which will have the shortest service time will be given first, but again, based on the admission time, both of them are considered. Okay, so these two fundamental concepts you remember. Now what to do in round robin? What to do in this round robin? Preemption is what, let us say, see here, now once I begin that, I told I'll begin the class at 3:15. Okay, so once I begin the class, I supposed to not disturb, not get disturbed. That is one method. Or the other method is I keep switching on from slides to the screen and here and there. Let us say now when I am trying to teach the class, I'll not go back here and admit anyone. So what is that process? Is that preemption process or non-preemption process? See here, someone is coming now. I'm trying to admit, let us say. Okay, now I'm admitting them. Now this is preemption process or non-preemptive?
Non-preemptive, sir.
Non-preemptive. Non-preemptive means what? Should understand clearly. Once I begin here and until I complete, I'll not go anywhere. I'll not switch over here and there. Okay. So preemption is which will allow the interrupts. So preemptive will allow the interrupts, which means, let us say here, when we are trying to do the preemptive scheduling process, whenever you got an interrupt, let us say, or whenever you got an change of state or other process comes into picture, which will have highest priority than this, it will change. It will not stick on to one process. Is that clear to you? So basically you should know these two things. So what is the difference between your preemption and what is the difference between preemption, okay, and non-preemption? So if you know the difference of these two clearly, then you can understand the fundamental concept of this. If not, no. Okay, so you need to understand the fundamental concept of this basically, right? So which means non-preemptive means even though you got an interrupt, we are not able to allow any one of the, we are not able to allow any of the interrupts. Okay, so it's non-preemptive, which means not allowing what? Not allowing any interrupt. Okay, or not allowing any of the process. The name itself not allow. Preempt means you can allow. Okay, this not allow the access, this will allow the access. Okay, and this non-preemptive algorithm, like someone has said now, well said, FCFS, and then one more we have seen, shortest request next. Now tell me that some examples of preemptive algorithms. Any names can you say? Preemptive scheduling algorithms.
Round robin scheduling.
Yeah, round robin. Okay, then so this says your observation skills. Till now I kept little less time only here to the slide, this slide. If you observe carefully, you can remember those names. 3 are there, only 2 are required for us. First 2, the last one is not there. It's there in the textbook, but it's not there in our syllabus. So next one is what? Now this FCFS is familiar, SRN is familiar, RR is also somehow familiar now. What is the one more name? What is that? This one. Least completed next. Least completed next. Okay, today's class we are going to discuss about this round robin. Right? Yeah, so let us begin with, it's a bit lengthy and it's boring scheduling algorithm, but everyone we are using it. Let us say you see here I am changing that from Teams to PPT, PP2 to this. I am doing round robin fashion, correct? Let us say 1 second I'll come here, 1 second I'll
Sir,
go here,
what
one
about
second I'll come.
SRN, sir?
Which one?
Highest response ratio time.
That one is not there as per the which one? In textbook it is there, but in your syllabus copy it is not there. That also is your non-preemptive scheduling algorithm. Okay. If you want, we'll look at that later. As of interest of time, we are not dealing it right now. This HRN is there in this again. This non-preemptive only, like you told. We have the scheduling algorithm also. Which one? Highest response ratio. Highest response ratio. HR, sorry, response ratio. N it is. Highest response ratio. Next, highest response ratio. Next, so HRN, H here, R and N. Okay, highest response ratio. Next, so this is what we are. We don't have that as of now. We are not dealing it. So these two and these two, round robin and LCM. So these two is what we are trying to plan to do it now. Okay. Just a minute, I am trying to yeah. Okay, there was some technical glitch. I think we're good to go now. You're able to see the screen, right? Yes. You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please stay focused now. So I'll just give you the basic idea of this round robin and then we'll go into the details what exactly we have. Okay, so the whole idea here is like we have same example is being taken into consideration. So what is that example? That example is from table 7.2. That's what we are taking now. Same table I'm copying it here. So we have P1, P2, P3, P4 and P5. So what I am going to discuss now is about round robin. Okay. So round robin fashion is what, like any game you remember when you see this round robin? Round robin. Okay, I'll explain you then you can
Musical chair.
musical chairs exactly. Then still what else? Like every day, every one of us we use, right? Let us say in your mobile phone, parallelly while attending classes, you may have different activities to do. You may check your assignments, okay, or you may check something else, or some you may check WhatsApp status, different things you do it, okay, which means you are doing n number of process. Let us say process P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. There are different process you are trying to do, okay. Each one will take its own time. When you try to switch on a browser, let us say I am clicking on in this Teams, it will take some time, right? When I click on the PowerPoint, it will take some time. When I click on the again whiteboard, it will take some time. Each one of the process will take its own time. Okay. So now what we are trying to do here is we are trying to find out what is the time quantum given for this. For this round robin, there is something called as time quantum. So this is the quantum. Time quantum is what is the deciding factor. That's what we have seen previously is called as delta. So what is this delta value? This delta value can be 50 milliseconds. Let us say this can be 100 milliseconds. This can be 200 milliseconds. Okay, we can go up to let us say 250 milliseconds. Right? So like this time quantum value can vary from anywhere to anywhere. There is too much. If you feel this much time is not required, sir, then you take the 10th part of it. It can be 5, it can be 10, it can be 20, it can be 25 milliseconds. So depending on the application what we use and depending on the purpose what we use, this can have even 1 millisecond also the time quantum. So the delta value will vary. What is this time quantum is? So I'll give this process P1, let us say, I'll give the process P1 for 50 milliseconds. Or to make it simple for you to understand now, I'll make it here for 1 millisecond. Even it can be 2 millisecond also. After this 2 millisecond, it is completed or not, I'm not going to bother. I'll change the state of this. I'll not execute P1, I'll go to the next one. Let us say P2, I'll again give 2 milliseconds. Okay, next I'll go to P3. It is not in order, it can be anything. Okay, I'll give 2 milliseconds. Next I'll give not P4, I may give to P5. So how they are going to give this time allocation, each one of 2 milliseconds is what is the concern. How they are going to do it is what we are going to see now. Okay, you understood the pattern of it, what is happening, right? So what was happening here, is that clear to you? Now it's not actually fully clear to you, but I just gave an idea to you what has to be done. Okay, which means how we should give an access from 1 to 1 and how we can take out the access is what we have to see. So there are two fundamental concepts, I'll tell you that. So we'll take a numerical and we'll try to solve that same numerical what we have, we'll try to solve it. Okay, yeah. So shall we start with this one? Yes, give me 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so I'll just copy that. We have admission time. We shortly called as AT, A for admission, T for time, and this is called as service time. This is one of the lengthiest and it will take more time to understand. But I'll take the delta as simple so that we'll understand easily, and I'll make it complicated for you later on to understand. Okay, so two ways I'll teach you. So arrival time is 0. Same, I'm copying 2, 3, 4, and finally 8. So this is what the data, standard data, what the example they have taken for all. You can vary it and try with different examples. Okay, so then you can enhance the knowledge of understanding. So 3, 3, 5, 2, 3. This 5, 2, and 3. Okay, so here you need to understand here is what is this is. So you need to, when before you start solving this one, you need to understand what is this time quantum delta. What is this you should know. So what is this delta? You need to know first thing. Next, what you need to know after that, you need to know how this has, how the type of this is preemptive or non-preemptive. It is preemptive type, right? So you should know this is a preemptive type. You already know it. Fine, well and good. After that, you need to know what is the time quantum for it. You have known it, and you should know which one to come next, which one to come what. So for that, let us say we have something here. This is a ready queue. Okay, I am saying let us say 5 milliseconds. Let us say 5 seconds I have mentioned. In 5 seconds time, which all things are in ready queue? Process P1 is ready, process P2 is ready, P3 is ready, and P4 is ready. Whereas P5 is not arrived. And which one has to pick up from this is the question mark for us. Correct? So these doubts what we have, we'll try to understand that, and we'll try to go forward. So what I'll do is, actually in the example what is being given in the textbook, this delta is given as 1. Let us assume that as 1 second. Okay, now I'll scale it up. You want to do it the complicated one only, or we'll go with the simplest one? So I'll recommend you to go with the simplest one, and then you can also try with 1 millisecond or 1 second, whatever it is, and then we can go through that in the next class in detail. Okay, yeah, fine. Let us begin now. So please stay focused for 10 minutes so that you'll understand this one, this example, and then you can solve it what is happening in your textbook. It's very easy. Okay, are you ready? So this delta, what we have here, this time quantum, I have taken this value of this. Yeah, so this time quantum, I have taken this delta value as 2. Okay, if this delta value is 2, now what is the meaning of that? Let us say we have something called as ready queue, which means we have this one, right? Ready queue we wrote, right? So this one we represent in this format. So this is called as what? Ready queue. Okay, now which one is ready? Actually at 0 only. Now this is your Gantt chart. Before entering inside this, it should be in the ready queue. Okay, now we'll start with, you try to understand carefully here. Now P1 at 0 seconds, so P1 is in ready queue. So P1 is in ready queue, right? There is nothing else. At 0, P1 is ready. Now P1 will enter default. So there is no confusion here. It's same. Okay, one thing you understand here is it is same, one and the same as your FCFS. But only thing is one of the new friend came into picture, which is called as time quantum. This is same as round robin. Round robin is same as FCFS, but only only advantage of this one is we are adding FCFS with time quantum. It became round robin. Okay, is that clear? So P1 have entered, P1 is entered here. There is no doubt in it. P1 have entered. Done. Now, so I told time quantum is 2. So time quantum is 2 means, so P1 can be there here in the CPU for only 2 seconds. But this one will require time of 3 seconds. So which means Other 1 second is left out, or 2 seconds is completed, 1 second is left out. The two of them I have used it. One is left out. Correct. Now, which one should execute next is the question mark for us. At this 2 time 2, we have two options now. Less than 2, we have P2 and P1. Okay. So we have two options, which is P2 and P1. Is that clear? Now, whichever is arriving, newly arrived first in ready queue. So whichever is newly arrived, okay, newly arrived first in ready queue. Whichever is newly coming, we are going to give that first priority. Now P2 and P1, which one is new in this two?
P2, sir.
So P2. So what we'll do is we'll enter here as P2. Okay. Next we'll enter as P1. So this P1 is completed. It's already completed here. Now next is P2. So P2 will enter to this queue. How long this P2 can be there? Based on time quantum, delta is 2. It can be there for 2 seconds. It becomes 4. Now at this 4, less than 4, we have too many options. Correct? Less than 4, we have too many options. Now what are the options at this junction? What are the options?
P2.
So we have option for to give to P2 again. Yeah, P1 also we have option. P2 also, P3 also, and P4 also. So these are the options what we have as per FCFS, right? Already this P1 is in queue, so no need to take it into the queue. Correct? Now P2. So P2 is not completed. Correct? So P2 is in pending again. It is not completed because it is only taking 2 seconds. It has taken. It is not completed still. Next P3. P3 is arriving at 3 milliseconds. P4 will arrive at 4 milliseconds. So in this P3 is new and P4 is new. Again there is a conflict here. Both are new. Which one to give first based on time? It came at 3. It came at 4. So now what to do in ready queue now? What to enter in ready queue? Already P1 is there. P1 will come defaultly there. Okay. Now what we should do is now we should make sure that P3 will come here. Why? Because P3 is the newer one. It has to come next, followed by P4, which has to come next, followed by P2. Is this clear to you? If not, I'll tell you once again. Listen carefully. I'll tell you once again. This is the key. If you understood right, then you can able to solve this algorithm without anyone's help. I'll erase it off and I'll tell you once again. This is only key. This 1 minute, if you listen carefully, or this 2 minutes you listen carefully, then you can able to do it by yourself. Okay. Let us do one thing. I'll erase this also. I'll bring it once again. Information I'll just give it to you. Same as FCFS, only one key is there. That one key I'll tell you, then you can able to do it. So two things you need to do here. Okay, two things you need to do. First is you need to have a ready queue. Second is you need to have the CPU Gantt chart. So two things you need to do. So just give me 1 second. Yeah. So okay. So what I mean to say here to you is, yeah. Now I'll take one more fresh ready queue here. So this I name it as what? Ready queue. Okay. And now I am taking this one for Gantt chart. Based on these two, we can construct it. Now at time 0, we check for this time 0. Anything is there? Which one is there? Time 0. P1 is there. So P1 will come to the queue and wait. Anything else will come at 0 time? Anything else will come at 0 time?
No, sir.
No. So P1 only alone will come. Okay. So P1 will straight away go and be in the queue. It will execute. But as we told here, the time quantum delta, so delta is 2, which means it will permit, the CPU will permit only for 2 seconds. But actually this is have 3 seconds of time. Still it has to get one more second to complete that. Okay, so it has to go back again, but we need to check for 2 seconds here. 2 seconds is what, this one. Okay, now in this chart we have P2 and P1. So whichever is new, this is new for us now, this has to get the priority. So P2 will get the priority in the ready queue and P1 will get the priority next as of now, correct? So from this P1 is completed, so P2 will enter now. P2 enter now. So P2 also will take how much time? How much time? It also will take two set time, right? It will also take 2. Now the question comes here. So 2 plus 2, it is 4, correct? Now 4, this is the 4, this one is 4. Now less than 4 we have option, this is new for us, this is new for us, so this is not new no more. Okay, now from these we have to pick up. P1 already is in queue, right? This is completed, ruled out. P1 already in queue, P2, P3, P4, these 3 are there. Now which one will have, based on same FCFS, so this one has to get the access. So we can pump up P3 to the ready queue first. After P3 we have to pump up next one. Next one is what? P4 to the ready queue. After that what? After that we can give the access to P2. This is clear now? Same as FCFS, but this before FCFS what will happen? How much time this is going to take? Full time we are going to give. Now in round robin we are not going full time, based on delta we are going to give that much time only. Okay, I'll tell you once again, please understand carefully. At 4 we have options for P4, P3 and P2. Okay, from this all 3, actually P2 is arrived at 2 seconds, it should get the priority. This one should get the priority. But already we have served this one, so we are not going to serve this one again. So which one is coming new, we should serve first. So out of the options what we have is P2, P3 and P4. Out of these 3, so these 2 are new for us. So P3 is new and again having arrival time less than the P4 arrival time. So this P3 will get the access in the queue first, followed by P4 and followed by P2. Because P2 is not completed. P2 also have 3 time. It has got only 2 seconds. It has to get one more second here again. Okay. Now, so P1 will enter the queue now. So P1 will enter here. So P1 actually needed only 1 second, but time slot is 2 seconds. So it will take only 1 second from that, 5. Correct? At this 5, anyone came here again, 8 only it will come. 5, nothing will come. Already these things are there in the queue. Okay. So next P3 will arrive here. So P3 will arrive here. So P3, how much time it requires? Time quantum is 2. P3 is coming newly. Okay. So it will take 2 seconds. It will take 2, it will consume. Remaining is 3. And then P1 is complete totally. It is over. So P3 plus 2. What will happen? Plus 2 means what? 5 plus 2. So this is going to get 7. At 7, anything comes newly? No. So no updation in the ready queue. Right? So after that, P3 is over. Next P4. P4 we are striking off here and we are entering P4. So P4 is entered. P4 is first time we are doing it. 2 it requires 2 we are given, left out with 0. So 7 plus 2 it is 9. At 9 you check at 9. At 9, what we have? P5 we have, that is new. So P5 will enter the queue here. Now, which one to enter? P2 we should enter. So P2 will get the access for 1 second. It is still 10 seconds. So this P2 is done. Yeah, sorry, something we missed out here, right? So P3 we missed out here. So P3 will enter to the queue just before that. So P3 it will enter the queue. Okay, and now we'll get the access for P5. So P5 will get the access for 2 seconds. One more second is left out, so it is not completed. So it has to enter the queue once again. So P5 will enter the queue once again. P5 here is done. So P3 will get the access. P3, how much time it has to get the access? 3. We'll give 2 seconds here and 1 is left out here. So P3 will come here, and then further is not completed. So P3 again has to enter the queue. So okay, so P5 will enter now here. P5 will require only 1 second, right? So now it's 0. So 12 plus 1, sorry, 12 plus 2, 14. 14 plus 1, 15. This will come. And P3 last left out here. So P3 will bring up here. And it requires only 1 second here. 1 second, it comes to 16. You can understand the difficulty. If this delta value, it is 1. If I make this delta as 1, then you see the complexity of it. It's completely complex. Okay. Now you can try this example for this delta value as 3. Or I'll give some other example. You try that for delta value as 2. Once you are clear with that, in next class we'll see delta value as 1 and we'll understand that. So that will be very, very simple if you understand that. Now we'll take one more example here. Then you try it. You try to fill it and you tell me the values. I'll write it there. Anything goes wrong there, then you can able to grab that clearly. Okay. Yeah. Now you see this process P1, P2, P3, P4 and P5. Now we are trying to do in round robin. You please tell me the arrival time or admission time and service time. You please tell the times. Can someone? You can volunteer that, tell the time. How much is that? How much time you want to take here? You tell the time order. Hello? Can someone say that?
No, sir.
Any time you can tell me, no problem. Admission time.
03
Okay.
6.
Okay. It's not. It no need to be in increasing order. Okay. It can come anytime.
Okay, sir. 2
Okay.
4.
4. Okay. What about service time?
2 2 5 2 3.
Okay. 5, 2, 3. Yeah, we're good to go. So this A for admission. You understood anyway. And this for service. So I'm not completed the problem. So what we have to find here is we have to find the TA bar or TA bar and W. Let us say TA and W we have to find, or W bar, let us say. Okay, we are not doing it still. That you can do it easily. Yeah, now we'll start with ready queue. So this is your ready queue. Okay, and then we have the chart, which one is coming, what time it's completing. Yeah, let us say 0. Now as usual at 0 P1 has to admit, right? So P1 came into picture. Now this 0 at 0 P1 came into picture, so P1 will come into picture. So what about the delta? How much will take delta time quantum? How much time we need to take? How much time will take? 2, 3 or 1? 2 will take?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, it will be easy once. If you understood this, then you can make it complicated and make it 1. Yeah, 2 will take it. Now it will wait for 2 seconds. Let us say 2 seconds it will wait. Now, so it has to enter first to ready queue. P1 it has to enter. From here it will move to this. Okay, so this is the queue, ready queue. It's like you go to the, let us say you have a movie theater. Okay, you go inside the entrance gate. You go inside that and collect your tickets. So this is the ticket counter. Then you can go into the theater. So like that it is. This is the queue. You get a ticket, then enter the access. Okay, P1 is completed. So 2 it required, 2 it got. Now nothing is left out. This P1 is ruled out. Over. Correct. Yeah. So now next. Now at 2 you check. At 2. Less than 2 anything is there you check. Less than 2 only 1 is left out. So P4 will come and wait in the queue. P4 will come and wait in the queue. As P1 is completed, so P1 is completed, P4 is left out, so P4 will enter the queue now. Okay, so P4 will also take 2 seconds, so it will be 4. So this also requires nothing. Okay, so this is done. Now 4, less than 4 you check. Less than 4, what are options we have? P5, P3. So these two are completed. Sorry, P2 we have to get the access, and which one? P5. So these two we have to get the access. Correct? Now try to understand carefully this one. This is the only point where you are getting confused, or this is a point where you have to understand. Rest all things are clear. At 4 we have options for us. At 4 we have options for us for P5 and then P2. Correct? The options for P5 and P2. So only two options we have. Now both this is new and this is new, but this one P2 came at what? At 3 seconds time only. Here only, here somewhere here P2 has came and waiting. What about P5? P5 came at 4. So exactly here P5 came. Now which one will have the edge? P2 will have the edge. Correct? So P2 will come to the queue first. P2 enter to the queue. Next P5 will come to the queue. So P5 will come to the queue. Okay. As here already this P4 is completed, I am striking it off. Next P2 will enter to the CPU. So P2 will get the access of CPU. It will do for 2 milliseconds as time quantum is 2. So 2 only it needed. So 2 is completed. So it is done with its job. P1 is done with its job and P4 is done with its job. Now left out is P3 and P5. But the time here is plus 2, it is 6, right? At 6 we have all the options of P3 and P5. Okay, now which one to enter to queue? Already P5 is in queue, so no need to make it to queue. Correct? So P3 will enter to queue, or also, so P3 is new here. First P3 will enter. If this P5 is not there in queue, next P5 will enter. Already it is in queue, we are not entering it. Okay, so P2 is completed. Next P5 will come here. So this is your P5. This also will take 2 seconds of time. 6 plus 2, it is 8. So but P5 requires 2, it has consumed. 1 is left out here. So again we have to send it to ready queue P5, and P5 is completed. Yeah, P3 has to come now. So P3 will come to the queue. Okay, so how much time it need? P3? It need 5, but we are given only 2. How much left out? 3. Again we need to send to the ready queue. So plus 2, it became 10. Now P5 will enter. Now P5 requires only 1. So P5 will come here. Only 1 it requires. Only 1 means what? 11. Now need to enter to the ready queue again. So P5 is done. So next is P3. P3 requires how much time? 3 it requires. 2 we are giving. Only 1 is left out. So 11 plus 2, 13. So again we need to enter that to ready queue again P3. So this is done. Again it will enter to ready queue P3, and then it will give 1 second for that to complete, and it is done. So it becomes 14. At 14 it will complete. Okay, if you see this example, I will show you one example. You can try to understand that. So see the difficulty of it, what is the complexity of it. So you can be prepared with it, and what all queries you are getting through that, it will be addressed in the next class. Yeah. So just give me 1 second. So this is SRN. So test first next. Yeah, this is taken for delta equals to 1. Okay. So this is the answer you're going to get. This is the answer what you're going to get. I'll tell you what is this. You try to understand and be ready. Let us try to see how many of you can do it. So this is seconds. 0 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to solve this problem next class. Don't miss next class, okay? And one is only one P1 is there. One only P1 will get the access. So P1 will get the access. Next is P1 will get the access. Next again P1 will get the access. I'll tell you how we got that, okay? I'm just trying to give the gist of it. Which means 1 second, the process will going to change. Okay? You do one thing, then you do one thing. I will not tell anything to you further because it's time up. You try to understand and crack this puzzle, then you'll understand everything. How we got this, how we got this TA as 7.4, how we got this W as 2.32. Okay, how we got this C, what is this C, what is this TA, and what is W. You try to crack this one with the help of this, you'll understand everything. Okay, is that clear? Can you do it? Can you try this one? This example was there in textbook. You can go through it, read textbook, find out that and try to do it. I'm going to solve it anyway next class. If you understand that, it will be interesting for you. We can have a lot of interaction in the next class. Okay. Is that fine?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, please go through that. Yeah, Harshita. Okay, please go through that, and if possible, you can try to crack it. If not possible, anyway, I'll teach you next class. But if you try to do that,